Hi guys, my name is Tom Rizzo and the topic for my case study is Amazon. The reason I chose Amazon is because I love the website so much. I think we all can agree that sitting on your couch, ordering pretty much anything that you want and having it delivered 2 days later is pretty impressive. But what I would like to do is dig a little bit deeper and look at how and why Amazon became so powerful. So who is Amazon? So Amazon was founded in 1994 by Jeff Bezos, originally as an online bookstore. Today, it's one of the largest internet retailers in the world, with presence in over 15 different countries, USA, UK, Spain, and Italy, to name a few. In 2016, its annual sales revenue was almost $136 billion. That's pretty impressive. A couple of fun facts about Amazon. So the name is actually based off of the Amazon jungle because Amazon is supposed to be exotic and you are able to find anything there. When you're looking at the Amazon symbol, you'll see an A with a swoosh underneath it. The swoosh has multiple purposes. The first is to represent A through Z, so where they sell everything. The other is it looks a lot like a smile. So when you look at the symbol, you feel a sense of happiness. So what does Amazon do that customers like so much? What are the values that they bring forward? The first is customer first culture. So a lot of times in retail, you're only as good as your last experience. So if you've had 99 good experiences but one bad one, what sticks in your head is that bad experience and you may not get that return customer the next time. So Amazon puts a lot of importance on every single transaction being great. What else do they do? So convenience, right? Obviously, you don't have to go to physical brick and mortar retail anymore. You can sit on your couch and get a lot of the same things that you can buy in retail. Big, small cars, jacuzzis, you can really buy anything on Amazon. So shopping from home and having things delivered directly to your doorstep. The next would be ease of shopping. So it's not just can you buy whatever you want, but can you find it? And I think when you navigate the Amazon website, you can tell that it's very easy to use. So the user interface is very friendly, everything is well defined, the links bring you where they're supposed to. When you click in the search bar, you can look an item up and it's easily findable and very easy to purchase. I wanted to bring up the one-click buy, which I love personally a lot. So when you find an item you like, you only have to hit one button, buy now, and it'll automatically buy it. You don't have to fill out any information, you don't have to do anything. It automatically gets purchased and you just get the sales receipt, which is pretty great. They made buying very easy and convenient. And the last is cost savings. So cost is a huge driving factor or motivator for purchases that we make. If I can go online and find the same thing for cheaper, or I can even compare costs and know that I'm getting a good deal, it's going to be a lot easier to make those purchases. And Amazon allows you to review multiple options side by side and get the best cost that you can. They're also able to beat traditional retail because they're able to take dollars out of the supply chain. There's no physical location, so they have less overhead as well. So what does Amazon do so great that allows them to bring all these benefits to their consumers? The first is warehouse management. So Amazon has over 70 distribution centers in the United States. They are managed so well that Amazon is able to take costs back out of the supply chain and again offer better pricing to their consumers. This also allows them to offer things like one-day shipping, two-day shipping, where you can order something and have it at your door so quickly that it takes away the issue between going to physical retail and having something immediately and being able to buy it online. The second point is logistics. Obviously, Amazon does a ton of shipping, so bringing things into their DCs, but also customer fulfillment. So they have to manage that extremely well. Freight is very expensive, and the heavier things get, the more expensive it is. If you're not shipping efficiently, you can't make any money. And this is something that Amazon has perfected. And I thought this was very impressive that their logistics network has the critical mass that they could potentially compete with companies like UPS and FedEx. When you think about that, you have a retailer who is in an array of arenas, but they would be good enough to compete with companies who only manage logistics. That's pretty impressive. The other call out here is I really like what Amazon did with their warehouse as well as their logistics. They had a necessity for something, and so they go out and they acquire a company and bring it in-house. So that allows them to take, again, costs out of the supply chain because now they're doing things for themselves. Regarding the warehouse, they went out and purchased a robotics company that creates and services automated robots within the warehouse so they can pick and ship POs much more efficient and cheaper, and then they can build those robots at a lower cost because they now own the company as well. As far as the logistics go, they went out and bought their own freight forwarder, so now they're not paying a third party to ship all of their product, they're doing it themselves. And again, much more efficient, cost savings, it makes the company more profitable, and it brings a benefit to the consumer. So what else does Amazon do well? And I think this is one of the things that they do the best, which is marketing. So how does Amazon talk to their customers? How do they get word out and make people aware of what's going on? So I really like that you feel like an individual on Amazon. Once you create an account for yourself, you become a person. You're not just a random buyer anymore. So I sign into Amazon and I see my name. It's Tom's Amazon. And I gave you guys a screenshot here, and if you look closely, you can see that there's a tab specifically for me. They will make item recommendations based on items that I've looked at, items that I've purchased, items that I've searched for. And they'll say, hey Tom, these may be other items that you could be interested in based on what you've purchased in the past. And so even if I'm not looking for something specifically, it might just catch my eye because they know what my likes and dislikes are. And so you might be saying, well, how does Amazon do that? And that's all based on analytics. So they're recording everything that you do. Anytime you go to Amazon website, everything you do is recorded. So you log in, if you search for something, they look at how you search for the things you buy. So did you type in a keyword and then find it? Did you click on something on the screen? Maybe you clicked on a link from another website and it brought you directly to the item that you purchased. And this is all looked at, analyzed, and then used to tailor fit content to you specifically. And they'll also keep things away from you that you may not like, that you don't look at, that you don't go near. And this is how they maximize their marketing. The last one I wanted to mention was quality. So quality is extremely important, especially for something like online retail, where you can't go and physically touch it before you own it. People can get nervous about buying products. So how did they address this? They made an extremely robust review process. Purchasers are verified, and then you can leave reviews with both images as well as video reviews of the products. And they will reward the reviewers with status. So if you are a top 500 reviewer on Amazon, you get a badge next to your name. And people really try to do this and leave good reviews. People can also star your review or give it a thumbs up so you know that your reviews are helpful. And people really take pride in this. And what this does is it allows strong and good items to move forward and be purchased more, and poor products with poor reviews to not be bought, and it really takes poor quality out of the system. So it's extremely important. The other way that Amazon controls quality is through their own private label. So this is something that is definitely newer. They just started doing it, and you can find limited items in their private label today. Things like batteries, cell phone chargers. I've actually bought their cell phone chargers. They're great. And when you make that purchase, because it's Amazon's private label, you instantly have a confidence in the quality, as well as brand loyalty, because I love Amazon and I trust them. I know that the product they're giving me is going to be good. And that is Amazon Basics, is the private label for those types of products. Another private label is Amazon Elements, which they actually just recently launched a line of vitamins, minerals, and supplements in their own private label. So with such a big company comes ethics and social responsibilities. There's good and bad to Amazon's size and influence. On the benefit side, it creates a ton of jobs. Amazon employs over 341,000 employees, whether it's in their headquarters or in their DCs or in one of their subsidiaries. They employ all of these people. That's an enormous amount of jobs. They're also looking at building a second headquarters. That brings a lot of money to the communities that they move into, as well as jobs to build the facilities, as well as to work for Amazon. The other thing that they do really well is they drive innovation. So they're really pushing the industries forward. And when you look at Amazon, it's not just specifically one industry. They have their hands everywhere. I think the best example is their most recent acquisition of Whole Foods. So I think everyone's waiting to see how that acquisition works out and how Amazon figures out a way to incorporate the greatness of Whole Foods into what they do today. On the other side, you have concerns. So Amazon has a lot of purchasing power. So they need to make sure that they're reviewing the supply chain all the way back through the manufacturing. So they're not supporting things like child labor or unsafe work conditions. So they have to make sure that they're checking into these things. The other is sustainable sourcing. Are the manufacturers using sustainable sourcing where things are going to be left afterwards and they're not ruining the environment? And lastly, consumer health concerns. Are there toxins or things in the products that they're selling that could be potentially harmful for their consumers? And so these are things that Amazon has to think about when they're selling their products on the market, because if you get bad publicity, it could definitely hurt the brand. And so that's the full review of Amazon. If you have any questions or concerns about the presentation, please feel free to comment them underneath the presentation, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you, guys.